Hi, Jerry Lynn. How are you doing today?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm pretty good. My name is Megan. I'm the social worker that was assigned to you, and I look forward to this visit. I just wanted to start off by mentioning that anything that you say in this room with me is confidential. So nobody else is going to hear or know of anything that we speak of unless you're putting yourself or someone else in direct harm. Do you understand?
I do. Thank you.
Okay, so I would just like to start to know a little bit about you. So, what brings you in here today?
Well, so I had some sobriety. I guess like I got pregnant and I stayed sober throughout my pregnancy. And then about a couple months after, I went to a wedding and I drank some red wine. I just thought I'd be okay. And then I drove home that night and I shouldn't have. And I have a baby, which I just had a couple months ago. And I just feel like I'm really letting him down and my family in general. So I just feel like I'm back to where I was, before I had a little bit of sobriety.
Okay,
And I'm
so
feeling really down about myself.
okay, so if I'm hearing what you're saying correctly, is you were drinking prior to your pregnancy and you were sober through your pregnancy, and a few months after you had your little one, you went to a wedding and that's where you triggered and you started drinking. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you by chance have a family doctor?
I do.
Have you ever considered speaking to the family doctor in regards to postpartum by chance?
I haven't. No, I haven't mentioned anything.
I personally, I've experienced it with my son personally, and sometimes it's not a bad thing to look into it because it does trigger some emotions which could trigger other things as well. I would like to
Okay.
know a little bit about your family. So, what's your family life like?
Well, right now I live at home with my spouse. We've
Okay.
been together for a really long time, and my son, who's 3 months old now, and my spouse works full time, and I'm home alone, and I've been drinking um a lot more lately, and I'm just not happy about it. I feel really sick. I'm puking a lot. Um, I'm not eating properly, and I'm just not feeling motivated to do much. Just feeling lost.
That's understandable. Does your partner drink?
Sometimes we used to drink a lot when we were younger. We used to drink like every day together. And then he was able to kind of stop at some point, and I just couldn't. I was never able to really put it down the way that he did. Like I don't know, I got really bad there for a while where I was like drinking at work. And I was like drinking and driving every day. A lot of it was because I was shaking all the time, but I wasn't like proud of it, right? Like I always I was carrying around this guilt and this shame, because I'm drinking before my shift or like on my break, and it's not even drinking to get drunk. It's just drinking to level myself out. And but I have the same feeling now that causes anxiety, now that I'm a mom, drinking around my kid and crying and you know what I mean, putting on stupid music and fighting with my spouse, fighting with everybody who tries to help me. Um, I just don't like the person I am.
So, you're saying that your drinking has caused some conflict between you and your family, and you're feeling as if your drinking is affecting your ability to be a good mom, and you're hoping that we can find some sort of solution through this. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, what would it be that like started your drinking? Like, is there something that in your childhood in your life that initially triggered the drinking prior to your pregnancy?
Oh, well, I don't know. Like, I started drinking at a really young age. I think because my dad, he's an alcoholic,
Mhm.
and he always drank no matter what when I was younger. So I kind of just thought it was okay. And my mom always took pills, so I always just thought these things were okay. Um, and then my brother died a couple years ago to an alcoholic seizure. So I have I have a lot of mixed emotions around that because I feel like if I stop drinking, I have this anxiety that I'm gonna have a seizure, and then I don't know. It's just like, how do I really stop? How do I really, really stop? Like mentally, physically, spiritually. Like I don't know. I just don't want to be white knuckling it because that sucks too.
So, if I'm understanding correctly, the substance abuse, it's been around you your entire life, and the substance of alcohol was the cause for your brother to pass away recently. Is that correct?
Yes.
So I'm understanding also that you're getting ill when you're not drinking. So like is it right away when you're not drinking, or if you go like long periods of time, like what's the time frame of you not feeling well like from not drinking?
I feel like it's pretty fast. It's like hours afterwards, I start to feel nauseous and I feel really bad anxiety. And I start shaking. Sometimes I even start to hallucinate. There was times that I've seen like big spiders crawling on my walls when they weren't there. I thought people were entering my room and talking to me and they weren't even there. And I got up and started drinking because I didn't know what to do and it all went away. Um, I'm really scared that things are going to go back to that, and I don't want them to. I don't want to die. Um, I just feel like every time I get upset or even like really happy, I just think that I want to drink, and it always ends up badly.
So it's like
So
a sober when you're happy you want to drink, and when you're sad you want to drink. So there's not really a time or an emotion that you experience that you don't want to drink, is what you're saying right now.
yeah, like
Okay.
I feel fake. I feel fake. You know what I mean? Like walking around, I don't need that drink, but in the back of my head, I want it. Or I see people being happy with their kids and it's like I can't be like that unless I'm drinking. And that makes me feel so fucked up. Like how the fuck am I going to get through life? I'll never be normal like those people. Like I'm just different. And I think that really plays on my head too. Like how the hell excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold. How the hell am I ever going to, you know, live a real life if I can't even learn to put a drink down?
I'm curious, have you ever heard of treatment centers and NA meeting? There's any AA NA meetings.
I have a little bit. Excuse me. Some of the shows that I watch on TV, they talk about AA. Kind of seems silly, but um, I guess it works for some people, right?
Okay. I would really like to put down a plan together, some sort of goal list if you were interested. I also think it would be a good opportunity for us to look into treatment centers and facilities as well. I think that it might actually help you feel comfortable through the detox of alcohol. They'll be able to help you with some peer counseling, some digging into some traumas. I feel that you would benefit from that environment versus being at home with the family right now, because you need to fill your cup before you can fill everyone else's cup. And I sense that you don't you struggle with with that right now. And I feel that it's important that you take care of yourself. I
Yeah.
also feel that these support groups, there's an AA support group for Alcoholics Anonymous, and it's multiple people that are in recovery or that are trying to be in recovery or they're just there for just today, and they get together and they talk about life. They talk about the things that happened to them that made them want to drink, or they talk about how they're happy that they weren't they weren't drinking. They also, put you in a position where you can find a sponsor so that when you want to drink, you're able to call that person. I really feel that you can benefit from both of these options. And I would really like to be able to help you through that if you're interested.
Yeah, I think that's something that I think it's worth trying. Um, because I don't want my child to turn out like I feel, you know what I mean? So I'm okay with that if we look into some of those things.
I think it's really great that you're here. I believe that that is the first step for anyone, and like just accept, like acknowledging and taking that first step. It's big, and I'm really honored that I'm able to help you through this journey, because I believe that you have the right mindset to do it, and your little one is your motivation. And I feel that together we can really work on something, and we can really get you feeling a little bit better at some point.
No, that sounds good. That sounds like what I want and what I need.
I'm just curious as to how much time do you want to devote to us? Would you like to see me weekly, bi-weekly, monthly?
I think weekly's good. What's the latest that I could come in?
You can I'm here till 5. I'm later on Thursdays. Thursdays we're open till 8 to ensure that people can come in later if that works best for you. But
Yeah,
I'm
I think so.
open.
My spouse isn't home usually until, like 5 or 6 some days. So if we can maybe do it on Thursday just to make sure that, you know, that I can be here because he has to watch my son.
No, absolutely. Understandable. So we'll book you in a week from today, Thursday, 6 p.m. And while you're not with me, I'll look into some treatment centers that are local, and we will find some meetings for you to ensure that you're able to start those support groups right away. They're pretty much all the churches and stuff. They really like to offer those meetings, and I have one
Do
here.
I have to believe in God?
They the higher power. So what happens is with NA, they just speak of a higher power. It's not necessarily God. It goes to whomever you look into. So if
So if I'm like spiritual, like it will work out.
absolutely spirituality, whatever you feel that makes you feel like whoever you decide to look up to. Basically, I'm indigenous, so I talk to the creator. So there's other clients of mine that are Buddhists, and they talk to Buddha. So it really, it depends on what makes you feel comfortable and what you feel is going to help you through your recovery. There's nobody that can tell you what's going to help you through. If you have the spirituality and you look up to that and let that be your guide, I
Okay.
encourage it.
Okay, that sounds nice.
Is there anything else that you would like to add? Do you have any questions for me?
Um, so how long can I talk to you for? Like until like do I only have a few visits with you or do I have, is there a time frame?
No, we're gonna set some goals, and I'm here for you until you feel and we've worked out through your goals. And I'm here to support you through anything. I'm available during the week. I will give you my card, and if you need to talk to me, I'm just a phone call away. If you need to see me twice a week, I do have some openings in my schedule for emergency client meetings. So if you need to see me because you're just in a crisis, I'll do the best I can to fit you in my schedule and get you through that crisis. If
Okay.
I'm not able to, we should be able to find you a sponsor. So once we get you going into these Alcoholic Anonymous meetings, usually they offer you a sponsor. So somebody who has, 10 plus years of sobriety, and they just talk you through those things. So if it's after hours or the weekends, I think that you could benefit from that. And we'll just work with your sponsor in these meetings until we can get you into a facility that will help you, dry out and get to that sobriety that you want to get so that you can be the best person for your family. Because I think you're very capable of that.
Okay. I think that sounds really nice. Um, I'm kind of sick and tired of feeling this way. So I think it's time that I start working on myself, like deep down.
Absolutely. And you're here. So you're taking that first step, and we will work on something new every session that we have. And if you feel like something is more important than what we've talked about on our goal list, then we'll prioritize whatever's priority for you is priority for us, right?
Okay. Are there going to be therapists at the at treatment? Are there therapists at treatment centers?
There's therapists, there's social workers like me, but there's also like psychotherapists, and
Okay.
they go into a deeper, like a deeper version of your traumas, where I talk to you and we work through ways to get you through your traumas. They actually talk, like they break them down with you, and they teach you how to cope with specific things. Per se, you had an event in the childhood where you carried and you're an adult, and they'll help you face that childhood
Like
memory.
dig down. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have this magic that they work. I can't really tell you all the details because their magic is just, it's beyond my knowledge at this point. But I've heard a lot of success stories through their experience and their process, and I think that you will really benefit from that as well.
Okay. Oh, it sounds great.
Is there anything else that you would like? Excuse me.
Um, no,
My
I
voice
think that's
rang.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's these wicked colds going around. I'm also just getting over a cold as well.
Oh, it's that time of year. It's so warm out, and then then it's cold. The weather just does that flip flop. I'm not a big fan of winter. Are you?
No, I don't like it. It's
So
not
I
very nice for walking.
Oh gosh, is that how are you getting here? Do you have transportation?
I walk or my spouse will drive me. So I do. Yeah, I'll just walk or normally he will drive me.
It's not far. Like I have bus tickets available to you if you're interested.
No,
Winter.
it's okay. He's usually okay to drive me.
Okay,
But
so
thank
we
you very much.
we got you booked in Thursday next week at 6 p.m. Is that correct?
Perfect.
Still works good for you?
Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you so
so
much.
oh, you're very welcome. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
This one
Feedback.
sucked. My brain, I was like, oh, it's stumbling.
No,
Is it bad?
no, not at all. It was
I
good.
had,
It was good. Don't
I
worry.
was like, I knew what I wanted to say, but I was just like trying to spit it out. And I was like,
It's because you're because we just did it and then you had to do it again. So
I know. The first time was a try.
um but no, overall, honestly, I felt like you kept everything like to really relevant to like, you know, why I was there and what we were working on in that sense, but you were still able to grasp like my, surrounding factors and you were warm and empathetic. I felt like I was like actually listening, like able to listen like you were, an actual worker talking to me about resources. Felt natural. You tried everything in. I thought it went really, really well. Yeah.
Exciting. Thank you. Thank you.